Hola mi gente. Today's video we will discuss the Vacor De Mexico Marbles Company, and we'll be putting together a little identification guide for you to help you identify your Vacor marbles. So get ready and thank you for watching. The Vacor De Mexico Marbles Company was founded in 1930 in Mexico City and moved to Guadalajara in 1974. In this video, we're going to focus on the marbles that they began producing in the 1990s when they had quite an explosion of different styles that they began to market and sell. A very creative, very colorful glass that they began using in their machine-made marbles. These marbles were mostly marketed in the United States by Mega Marbles, and we will try to be consistent with those names that Mega Marbles used in their labels. This guide is broken down into 4 sections, the first being speckled marbles, the second being frosted type marbles, the third is clear, translucent, transparent marbles, and the last being the opaque type marbles. So here we go. We're going to identify over 100 Vacor marble varieties. First section is the speckled marbles, and these are called Galaxy or Planet. They have a black opaque base, non-iridescent finish on the surface, and a variety of different colored flecks. These are very pretty marbles, and some of the better ones have what look like dabs of oil paint on the surface, like an impressionist art piece. The next marbles are called Destroyer. These have a rougher surface to them. These lemony lime ones are called Zombie. They're a little harder to find. They're no longer in production. Here are Vampire marbles. They are black base with white swirls and what appears to be flecks of red spray paint on the surface. These are King Penguin, and they're really it's just a yellow version of the Vampire. Check out these weirdos. I don't make these marbles up, folks. I just report them. These are Blowfish with a yellow base and a rolled brown frit. Here we have Jupiter, which has a metallic finish on a black base. They come in a variety of different flecked colors on the surface. This is Snowflake with a really coarse surface, iridescent finish, and blue and white chunks on the surface. These tangerine colored ones are called Venus, and they have yellow and orange flecks. They are clear based, and these are also clear based. This is Earth, and it just has green and blue on the surface. Some of these marbles in the back are Imperial and probably made in Asia. But these iridescent types are Vacors. This is Stellaris, and these are Stardust types. That's Fairy, and this is a red type, Stardust. These white-based iridescent marbles are Snow Leopard, and they are a newer model. And that red one with the black freckles is Mars. And that is just a small overview of some of the speckled type marbles that Vacor made. And there's plenty more, maybe another dozen types. Here are the fabulous frosted style marbles, which I believe are unique only to the Vacor De Mexico Marble Company. This is Beluga with that bright baby blue base, and these are Blueberry Freeze. If it's a little bluer, it would be a Frost Blast. That is translucent. Here is the fantastic Frosted Michelangelo. These may be the most sought after of all Vacor marbles. Here is a tray of first run Frosted Michelangelos. These are from the Kevin Stump collection. And here is another world-class marble. These are called Frosted Hurricanes. They were never released in the United States, but in Europe they were termed under the moniker Africa. These are incredibly sought after by collectors. Here is the Frosted Dragon. And these are the very handsome tarantula marbles. These are newer models. These black based marbles are also newer. This one is called Pirate. Any piece with a black frosted base and only a white swirl is called Panda 2, which is really just a frosted orca. And these yellow ones are neat. These are called Caterpillar with a yellow frosted base and a brownish black or brown swirl. And all these frosted marbles have a surface texture that resembles sea glass. Here is the translucent, transparent, and clear marbles. These marbles you'll notice in the swirl work for Vacor, they're very graceful loops and U-shapes. And this first one is called Ice Queen, and it is iridescent. And here is the desirable dragonfly marble. Here we have the strange sea turtle marble, and it has a medium blue base, which can kind of look green with the lime ribbons that are offsetting it. This one is Wicked Owl with black and white ribbons on a blue-green base. Here's Stingray, sometimes sold as Sky. And we have Blue Jay, which is a translucent based blue with blue and white ribbons. And here is Neptune, which could sometimes be mistaken as a really good-looking slag, and that is just white ribbons on it. Here I present to you the very festive Crackerjack marble, sometimes sold as Liberty. If you get a real good one, you'll have nice, big, bold ribbons, and the ribbons are sort of flat and compressed and very wide. These are really pretty marbles. This next style is called Tornado, and it's really a Michelangelo with two seams and straight ribbons. And here are the world-famous Michelangelos, and they're highly valued by collectors. In this tray we see different generations of Michelangelo, and the early ones are quite a treasure and wonderful to look at. These marbles have a blinding yellow and coral and white on a cobalt base. Here comes a caged cat's eye style marble called Jaguar. It's a newer model. And these are Mummy. Mummy has sort of a wine-colored base to it. And here comes Mango Twist. These are fun marbles with a bright iridescent finish, thick white and fuchsia swirls on the inside. And this is the Cardinal marble. Cardinals are a little older, and they are a red translucent base with yellow and white patches. And the Fire Blaze is the same color combination except it swirls. And these are Roosters. And Rooster is a translucent red with white swirls. Up next is one of my personal favorite Vacor marbles, and it's called Banana Swirl. It has a crystal clear base with a wonderful combination of yellow and white swirls in it. These translucent green marbles are called Jungle and were sometimes sold as Cricket. And these iridescent marbles are called Flame, and they somewhat resemble Peltier bananas. Here's another iridescent variety called Polar Bear, and it's clear based with black and white swirls. These amethyst based marbles are called Octopus. And the dazzling orange with black and white on a clear base is called Halloween. Here we have a group of transparent patch marbles, and they're all similar. This first one has an iridescent finish. It's called Surfing. If it has a plain finish with blue base, that would be blue macaw, and a green base would be green parrot. Vacor produced a number of cat's eye style marbles. Often they had 6 opaque veins to them. Usually they're either tri-colored marbles or single-colored. And their glass was better quality than the Imperials here on the right. And I have them set up for comparison reasons. Also, the Vacor cat's eyes had more swirls in their veins on the cat's eye. In this box, we have the fabulous sunflower marbles. Sunflowers have orange, black, and yellow swirls. And a good early one like these are very desirable. These are opaque ones called agates. And here we have streamers. Streamers have paralleled ribbons in them, one-colored ribbons. And here's a real party in a box. This is Fiesta, and some of the better examples of this style are just fantastico. They have red and yellow and blue ribbons to them. This variety is called rumba. Rumba has a metallic base with an iridescent finish. And it's almost hard to imagine that it's made out of glass, but it is. Let's take a look at the Vacor Atmosphere marbles. These are typically at 1 inch in diameter. They are handmade and they were produced in the early to mid 1990s. They normally have 2 or 3 slow-moving corks or twists in them, and they have a sort of a guinea type splotchiness to some of them. They're very desirable, and they can go from $20 to $50 maybe on eBay if you're lucky. These photos are from the Neal Howard and Rosie Besinaiz collections. Moving on to the opaque style marbles, this first example is called Penguin or Morgan, as in Captain Morgan. And here we have Old Fashioned, which could be mistaken for a West Virginia swirl. Here is Red Panda with a red stripe that almost looks vitronic. And here is a fabulous duo of iridescent swirls. This first one is called Cockatoo, and these are called Unicorn or Pan American marbles. And they just look like candy. They're spectacular pieces. If they are non-iridescent, they would be called lorikeets. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to proudly introduce to you the unrivaled Hurricane Marble by Vacor De Mexico. And the base glass on these marbles can be rather variable, ranging from a pinkish to a green type hue in the base glass on the earlier varieties. These are extremely collectible marbles and some of the best machine-made marbles ever produced. Here are some tan-based opaque swirls. First one is bear or llama with brown swirls. We have camel with brown and green swirls. We have centipede with brown and red. And we have bald eagle with brown and white swirls on a tan opaque base. This is a good looking style called Triceratops. It has a lemony base with red and brown swirls, and that yellow fluoresces under UV lighting. Here we have some white base swirls. This first piece is called Rilete, and that is a Mexican term which translates to dart in English. Here's the iridescent Megabot, and this is White Tiger. This one is Picasso. Here comes some different shades of blue-based glass. This is Tidal Wave with white swirls. This is a beautiful marble called Brontosaurus, one of my personal favorites. This is the Volcano Marble. We have a patch-style marble called Blue Dolphin that has a few different color combinations. And this is the Vacor Thunderbolt marble. Here's a style that needs no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. These are Vacor serpents, and that baby blue with the yellow and red and even sometimes orange swirls in it make for a good looking marble. Here's one that has some drizzle on it. These marbles are often similar to Peltier Superman marbles, so you have to really look closely when you're sizing one up versus a Peltier. This iridescent piece is called a Canicas, sometimes sold as ocean or blue jay. And here we have the gorgeous Van Gogh marble, and those yellow swirls are electric. And the reverse of the Van Gogh is called Blue Tang with a yellow base and blue swirls. Here's an attractive style called Wave Breaker, and it's an iridescent piece, and they are no longer in production. And here we have really neat apple green based marbles. This first one is Mermaid or Butterfly, and these are called Monet. These shooters are called Werewolf, and Werewolf has a rich chocolatey base with bright blue swirls. And here is an example of a Black Panther marble. Black Panther will have a black base with patches of either blue, red, yellow, or orange. And these are an older model. This is called Turtle. Turtle will have a green base with either red, yellow, or orange patches. And here's Troll. These black base swirls are called Escorpion. And some of the older varieties have wonderful, rich reds and pinks and even oranges in their swirls. These are beautiful marbles. Up next is my very favorite. These are the Guacamayas, and they are thought to have been the early version of the dragon marble. And they are dragons on steroids. With Guacamaya, you'll have 2 shades of green base. Some of that darker green is translucent in color. They will also have swirls of either lilac, orange, red, or a coral type color. And that color is paired off with a yellow swirl. Some of these marbles even have aventurine in them. From the research I've done, they were not sold in net bags in the United States, but they were sold in Mexico and probably a few other countries. These are highly sought after by collectors. And here is the more standard dragon marble with a green base and red and yellow swirls. These are mermaid marbles, sometimes sold as Troll, and they have a nice apple green base with white and blue swirls. And here is Grasshopper. These gray-based marbles with white swirls are called Asian Elephant. And these are the delightfully gaudy and loud seahorse marbles. They have a wonderful tangerine orange base. It can be variable, paired with a bright aqua swirl. These are fairly popular with collectors, and they're still in production today. One word of caution is these marbles can sometimes be confused with some of the Peltier National Line Rainbow marbles, but they are muy bonita, and you can get them at the fraction of a cost of a vintage Peltier. These red-based marbles are called Odin and sometimes sold as Superhero, and they have blue and yellow swirls. These are horse, and they are a little more on the orange side with the base glass with black, white, and yellow swirls. And here is the ladybug marble. There are some iridescent marbles. This is one of my favorites. It's called Peacock. And here is Katydid, and this one is called Police Officer. Collectors call this green model moss or fungus, and it may have only been available in mixed bags. And here is the beautiful parrot marble and its iridescent counterpart, Spumani. And here is a graduated set of Milky Way marbles from the Christine Taylor collection with that wonderful and strange metallic finish. Here are some black-based marbles. This first one is called Poison Dart Frog with a odd custard swirl. And here is Raven with white and yellow swirls. And this is a highly collectible marble. This is called Vacor Twister or Zulu. And some of the early specimens are really thick ribboned. Here's an older variety called Red Devil with red base and yellow swirls. And this is an iridescent one with a reverse color combination called Sun. Here we have the Wolf marble. This marble is gray based with yellow, white, and black ribbons. This purple one has me stumped. I have no clue what it is. If you do, please comment in the section below. This one is called Wizard with a steely lavender base. And here is Firefighter, also known as Redbeard. And this is the pretty Duke marble. This is the aptly named Monarch Butterfly, and it has an iridescent finish. And here is an older variety. These are called Clownfish, and they are patch marbles on an orange base. And here is the Bumblebee version of Vacor. So this is not to be confused with the Peltier Bumblebee or the Marble King Bumblebee. And that is my interpretation of over 100 Vacor marbles. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching the Vacor De Mexico marbles video. I had a lot of fun making it. I do plan on doing a Peltier video soon, a little more in-depth one, maybe National Line Rainbow stuff. And so buenas noches. Thank you for watching, and we will see you sometime soon. Bye now.